Fox News did a segment about a college class that they support. It's quite a divergence from their usual take of shitting on higher education. But let's take a look and see why they're so excited about this class.
Anthem protesters can learn a thing or two from this university course. College of the Ozarks creating a mandatory freshman class on patriotism, focusing on respect for the military and for our beautiful flag. College President Jerry Davis calls this a much-needed move, and he joins us live from their campus with more. Good morning to you, Jerry. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Why did you decide to make this class mandatory for all freshmen at your school?
We think this class will enhance our carrying out of our patriotic goal. We're trying to teach students to understand and support and be willing to defend our country. We think that's needed, especially because of the culture in which we live. We have 99% of us having our safety secured by less than 1% in the military. And we think the general public needs to have a better understanding of the military, and we think our students need to get that background too before they go out in the world, and we hope make a difference.
I think it's just great. You said it must be taught, it must be modeled. The class is called Patriotic Education and Fitness, and in this class you teach rifle marksmanship, map reading, and rope knotting. Why did you decide those three things need to be taught to our students?
Well, if you're going to teach young people about the values that I identified, there's no better way to do that than in cooperation with the United States military. So basically this course includes what we would find in ROTC 101 at most campuses. It's a combination of courses.
I wanted to get your response to Colin Kaepernick's protest, and what would you tell your teams if they go and play another team that refuses to stand for the anthem?
We don't plan on playing another team that refuses to stand. We think that's disrespectful, and we think we owe the military more than that. Some people say that it's not about the military. Well, that's who usually brings the flags out when we do the national anthem, and we think it's not encouraging to somebody, for example, who might be in Afghanistan risking their lives, to come home and see some spoiled millionaire making a statement against the very country they're trying to defend. So we think people can say whatever they want, but they need to keep in mind there's a better place to say that. We don't care if a person's involved in football, basketball, or basket weaving. We all owe this country something, and we certainly owe the people who defend us our respect.
All right, Jerry Davis, God bless you. If you're watching at home, you have a high schooler and you want more information, the school is College of the Ozarks. Thank you so much.
That's just embarrassing. Like, what did we just watch? So, you would think, first of all, if there's going to be a class on patriotism, what would you put in your class on patriotism? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I would cover, say, the civil rights movement. Maybe I'd cover the New Deal. Maybe I would cover the Constitution. But no, we're going to do is we're going to have a class on patriotism. We're going to talk about how the military is always right. We're going to talk about loving the troops. And we're going to tie some knots, maybe shoot some rifles. So in other words, you're going to do a patriotism class that's just what you like and your hobbies. That's what that is. And I like shooting rifles and tying knots. We're going to tie some knots. Yep. We're going to worship the flag. We're going to have a moment where everybody looks at the flag and they start touching themselves. Touch yourself when you look at the flag. Got to respect our troops. Respect our troops by showing affection for the flag. Best way to show affection, touch yourself. Yep. Your patriotism class is embarrassingly simple-minded. Because he doesn't understand the basics of patriotism. Loving your country is not shutting your mind off and blindly worshiping a piece of fucking cloth, dipshit. Loving your country is understanding that you live in a country that would allow you to even burn the flag without taking punitive action against you. Because that's the freedom and liberty that we're supposed to uphold and we're supposed to care about. And what you need to do is stop fucking lying. I'm tired of these liars who try to pretend, like Colin Kaepernick and everybody who's kneeling at these games, they're doing it because they hate the troops and they hate our flag. And they're disrespectful. It's got nothing to do with that, and you know it has nothing to do with that because they keep telling you it has nothing to do with that. They keep telling you this is about protesting police injustice. So you want to fix it? Do something about it. Maybe if we fix the problem, we will stop kneeling. Maybe if we pass a law where we nationwide have community policing. Maybe if we demilitarize the police. Maybe if we give everybody police body cameras. Maybe if we end the fucking drug war and get people out of jail who don't belong in jail. Maybe if you do that, they would stop kneeling because they're telling you, hey, this is what we're mad about. But no, you want to pretend like they're not disrespecting our troops and our flag. Mandatory patriotism class. And then that leads to the final point here, which is, what happened? I thought the right-wingers were the defenders of free speech and free expression. Now it is a mandatory class to take at this college where the whole point is to be against people who are exercising their First Amendment rights and doing peaceful protest. You fucking hypocrites. By the way, what do you want them to do? So if police kill an unarmed person, how are you supposed to protest that? So if you go out there and do peaceful protest, they say, wow, come on, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. You don't need to do that. Why are you marching in the streets? If people riot, they go, oh my God, look at these thugs. Would you stop? And then do you go all the way down to the most peaceful protest imaginable, just silently kneeling. They go, wow, what are you doing? You hate the flag. So there's literally nothing you could do to raise awareness about that issue without being smeared. They ask them, hey, how can somebody protest police injustice, police brutality, with you being okay with it? They don't have an answer. Because here you have the epitome of a peaceful protest, the most American kind of protest, and they smear. And they say, you hate our troops, and now we're going to create a class, a patriotism class, where you pretend to be patriots. Well, guess what? If you were patriots, thing number one you would say is, even if I don't agree with him, he has a right to do that and not face punishment. But instead, we have the President of the United States, the leader of the executive branch, the government, he represents the government, saying, hey, maybe people should get fired if they protest the government in a way I don't like. So in your patriotism class, apparently rule number one is, fuck the First Amendment. We don't believe in it.